Hello students and learners, welcome to the Brainbox tutorials. I am your teacher Priyanka and today we will practice MCQs of Merchant of Venice. English literature exam is going to be held tomorrow, so you must be prepared for the exam. And how much are you prepared? That you can assess by solving these MCQs of Merchant of Venice. So I have brought 40 MCQs of Merchant of Venice from Act 3 till Act 5. So let us go through all the MCQs and discuss all. First one, what course of action does Portia suggest when she learns that Shylock wishes to collect his pound of flesh? And the options are that Bassanio and his men disguise themselves and usher Antonio a safe distance away from Venice. No, incorrect. Next is that the matter be dealt within a court of law. No. That Jessica plead with her father for mercy. No. And last one, that the bond be paid many times over. Yes, the correct option will be the last one, D, that the bond be paid many times over. When she comes to know that this kind of a friend, that is Antonio, is in trouble, she says that pay him 6,000 and deface the bond. Next one, where does Portia instruct her servant Balthazar to hurry? She sent Balthazar to Dr. Bellario. So that will be option number 2, to Padua to visit Dr. Bellario. Next one, third one. What does Bassanio tell Portia he will not do just before leaving for Venice? So just before leaving for Venice, Bassanio tells Portia that he will not take rest. Just before leaving, he says that I will make haste. That means I will hurry, I will not take rest. Okay. Next one, what complaint does Lancelot make regarding the conversion of the Jews? When Lancelot was talking to Jessica in Belmont, at that time he was talking about Lorenzo, and at that time he says that by conversion of Jews to Christians, the price of bacon would soar. That means option number 3, that is, he says that the price of bacon would soar. This would be the correct option. Coming to next one, in court, how does Antonio react to Shylock's insistence on collecting his pound of flesh? Number A, he weeps openly. No, he doesn't weep. Next one, he vows that he will meet Shylock's hatred with patience. Number 3, he curses Shylock's vengefulness. And last one, he makes an impassioned plea to the court to intervene on his behalf. The option which is correct is number 2, that he will meet Shylock's hatred with patience. He says that my patience, I do oppose my patience to his fury. So that is why second option is correct. Next one, I will follow him no more with bootless prayers. Who is him being spoken to? That means him means the person about whom these lines are spoken. So this is said by Antonio, but about whom, for whom? So that is Shylock. He says that I will follow Shylock no more with bootless prayers. Next one, what loophole in Shylock's bond allows Portia to stop him from taking a pound of Antonio's flesh? Option number 1, Jewish law prohibits Shylock from practicing his trade on the Sabbath. Number 2, Shylock is entitled only to flesh but not blood. Number 3, Shylock forgot to sign the bond. And last one, there is no hard evidence that Antonio's ships have sunk and that he cannot pay the bond. So clearly the second option, that is Shylock is entitled only to flesh but not blood. She says that not a single drop of blood should be shed from Antonio's body. Next one, how is Shylock punished for seeking to take Antonio's life? First one, he is banished. Number 2, he is ordered to surrender all his property to the Church of Rome. Next one, he must convert to Christianity and will his possessions to Jessica and Lorenzo upon his death. And last one, he must work as Antonio's servant for the remainder of his life. So here the correct option will be 3. He must convert to Christianity and he will his possessions to Jessica and Lorenzo upon his death. Next one, what words does Shylock utter after accepting the court's sentence? First one, a pox upon Venice. No. Second, these are most unlawful laws. Next, forgive me my sins. And last one, I am not well. So last option, I am not well, that is the correct option. Coming to number 10, at the end of Act 3, Scene 1, Shylock asks Tubal to meet him at his residence, the Rialto. Number 3, Synagogue. And last one, Duke's Court. So Shylock calls Tubal at synagogue, and there he takes an oath that he will take only the bond, he will follow only the bond, what is written in the bond. Next one, what does Bassanio offer the young lawyer who saves Antonio? That is to Portia, what does he offer? His gloves, his wife, the ring that Portia gave him, the 3,000 ducats originally due to Shylock. Yes, the last option is correct. He offers the 3,000 ducats. After that, all those dialogues happen, and then Portia asks him to give the ring. Next one, what does Lorenzo order when he learns that Portia is on her way to Belmont? Number 1, a banquet to welcome the lady of the house. Number 2, music. Number 3, a ring to match the one she once gave to Bassanio. And last one is flowers. So here the correct option will be music. Now coming to number 13, what does Portia vow to do when she learns that Bassanio no longer has the ring she gave him? First one, never again speak to her husband. Number 2, deny her husband children. Number 3, leave her husband. And last one, make her husband a cuckold. So here the correct option will be make her husband a cuckold. That is, she says clearly that I will never come in your bed. Next one, what rumor do Salarino and Solanio discuss and then seek to have confirmed by Shylock? Number A, Jessica running away. Number 2, Antonio's lost ships. Yes, they were talking about Antonio's lost ships, and they wanted to confirm by telling this to Shylock whether he knows it or not. Next one, Tubal reports Jessica has stolen a ring of Shylock's. What does she trade the ring for? So she trades the ring for a wilderness of monkey. So that is first one, a monkey. Coming to next one, what piece of bad news interrupts the celebrations at Belmont? Celebrations, that is when Bassanio chose the correct casket, and what happened at that time, which bad news came at that time. So the outbreak of war, Shylock's arrival, Gratiano and Nerissa's engagement, Antonio's bankruptcy. Yes, this is correct option, Antonio's bankruptcy. Next one, what animal does Shylock remember Antonio comparing him to? A hind, a wolf, a dog, and a sheep. Shylock says many times that he has been called a cur, that is a dog. So option number 3, a dog. Next, what explanation does Shylock give for continuing to pursue his bond? That he will only abide by the terms of the bond. First one, to scare people. Next one, it amuses him. Third one, he hates Antonio. Yes, this is the correct option. He hates Antonio. 19th, what does Bassanio offer Shylock to persuade him to forfeit his bond? First option, 6,000 ducats. Second option, 3,000 ducats. Third is nothing. And fourth one is Portia's ring. He offers 6,000 ducats to him. He says that for your 3,000 ducats, there is 6. So, first option. Number 20, what does Shylock do in anticipation of the judgment? First one, buys some spices. Number 2, whets his knife. Correct. He starts whetting his knife. That is sharpening his knife. Next one, when she is disguised as Balthazar, what argument does Portia make for Shylock showing mercy? When she says her mercy speech. At that time, option first, mercy is a blessing. Yes, this is what she says, that mercy is a blessing. It is twice blessed. Next one, what does Bassanio beg the court to do for Antonio's sake? First one, kill Shylock. Second one, give Shylock money. Third one, take Shylock's knife. And last one, bend the rules. The correct option is last one. He asked the court to bend the rules. He says this: to do a great right, do a little wrong, and curb the rule. That is to bend the rules. Okay, next one. Portia says that Shylock can take his pound of flesh from Antonio, but he must not dash. So first option is be too slow. Next one, laugh about it. Next, spill any blood. And next, be boastful. So the third option, spill any blood, is the correct option. Next one, what will be the state's C's if Shylock spills a drop of blood while extracting the pound of flesh? Number first is his entire estate. Number two, his knife. Number three, his daughter. And number four, his Venetian citizenship. The correct option will be first, his entire state. Here, Portia clearly says to Shylock that if you shed even a single drop of blood from Antonio's body, your goods are confiscated and you die. That is, your entire estate will be taken. Next one, Antonio offers to return half of Shylock's estate on the condition Shylock apologizes. Number two, duels with him. Number three, give him a loan. And last one, converts to Christianity. The last option, converts to Christianity, is correct. Next one, what tokens does Portia ask from Antonio and Bassanio? Number A, gloves and a ring. Yes, this is the correct option. She asks Antonio to give the gloves and then Bassanio that give that ring. Next one, Antonio tells Bassanio to give Balthazar the ring, reasoning that Antonio's love and Balthazar's worth are more valuable than first option, Bassanio's pride. Second is mercy. Third, his wife's orders. And last one, Antonio's gloves. Correct option will be third, his wife's orders. Antonio clearly says that his deservings, that is Balthazar's deservings, should be valued more against your wife's commandments, that is your wife's orders. Next one, what does Lorenzo think of people who don't like music? First one, he has no opinion. Second one, they deserve cruelties. Third one, they are clever. And last one, they amuse him. Lorenzo says that the one who has no love for music, he is capable of treachery and dishonesty. That means he is very clever. Next one, what does Portia believe makes the music she and Nerissa hear more beautiful? First one, the lonely setting. Next one, her victories. Next one, her intellect. And last one, the night. And the correct option is last one, the night. Next, dispatch all business and be gone. Who said these words to whom? Duke to Shylock, Portia to Bassanio, Antonio to Bassanio, Nerissa to Gratiano. This is said by Portia to Bassanio when they come to know that Antonio is in trouble and Duke wants the terms of the bond. Next one, what does Antonio offer as bond against any future infidelity by Gratiano or Bassanio? First one, his soul. Second one, his estate. Next one, his flesh. And the last one, a chest of gold. And the correct option will be his soul. He clearly says that I dare be bound again, my soul upon the forfeit. Okay, next one. Who among the following was the Greek enchantress? Thisbe, Cressida, Medea, and Dido. The correct option will be third option, Medea, when she collected all the enchanted herbs for her father-in-law. Her name is mentioned in Act 5, Scene 1, when Lorenzo and Jessica were talking about different stories which relate with the atmosphere of night at that time. Okay, next one. Queen Dido stands near wild sea bank with a willow in hand. What do they symbolize? First one, forsaken love. Second one, forever love. Third one, eternal love. Last one, unconditional love. And the correct option will be forsaken love. This was also one of the stories which were told by Jessica and Lorenzo. So Dido standing near a wild sea bank with willow in her hand. So willow is a symbol of deserted love. So that is why forsaken love will be the correct option. Next one, in classic mythology, Dash was the home of the dead. Orpheus, Endymion, Erebus, none of the above. Erebus is considered as home of the dead. Next one, who did not wish to be in light in character? Portia, Nerissa, Jessica, all of the above. Light in character, that is said by Portia. Next one, The starkness in the four love stories narrated by Lorenzo and Jessica is: number one, they discuss the stories in Portia's avenue instead of their own. Next one, they compared their own love to the famous lovers. Number three, some of the stories were of faithful lovers while some were unfaithful. And last one, they were all of faithful lovers. So the correct option will be third one, that some of the stories were of faithful lovers and some were of unfaithful. Next one, what does Lorenzo order when he learns that Portia is on her way? Rose, music, dress, or food? The correct option is music. Next one, who informed that Portia, her maid, and a holy hermit would come before the break of the day? Stefano, Leonardo, Balthazar, none of the above. Correct option will be Stefano. Next one, who says the last dialogue of the play? Now, this is very interesting. Whether Antonio says this, Bassanio says this, Lorenzo says this, or Greciano says this. So, the last speech or the last dialogue of the play is said by Greciano when he says that I will always be careful, I will never lose Nerissa's ring, I will always keep it safe. Last MCQ, Portia gave the example of birds singing in the morning and at night because number one, she wanted to prove her philosophical skills to Nerissa. No. Next one, she wanted to prove her prowess in analyzing birds and their strength of singing. No. Next one, she wanted to contrast how different birds sing differently at different times of the day. And last one, she wanted to emphasize on how the timing of certain events affects our judgment of them. Yes, the last one is the correct option. So these are some of the MCQs which will help you revise all the scenes and acts. I would insist that you go through the text, each and every dialogue of MOV, so that you know the context, you know the sequence of the dialogues and the events. If you are well versed with the story, with the play, with all the sequences, you will easily be able to guess all the correct options of the MCQs which will be given to you in your exam tomorrow. So do well, prepare well. I will bring the MCQs of prose and poem also very soon. Till then, keep preparing. All the best for exam. Bye bye. Jai Hind.